Hello and welcome back to round 3 coverage from the 2022 Portland Open. We are at Glendoveer East. You're watching JomezPro with BigSexy, Nate Sexton, and Jeremy Koling. I told you it was going to rain. I live in the future. Here we are.
Simon Lizotte, folks, 6 under, had that one little dry spell. Man, oh man, he's going to regret 3, 4, and 5 of those pars there. But my goodness, he's turned it around since then. Just kidding. 6 under in the front 9 is hot, and you can see on the leaderboard that is true. He is gaining strokes on the field. He's got a 3-stroke lead right now on Garrett and Joel, tied at 22 under. And Isaac, the lead card, they just keep staying there. They keep staying right there at the top. They're all playing very well, very consistent. Just one player a little bit more consistent.
Hole 10, par 4, 710 feet. You've got 2 major gaps here that you can go for. There's a mandatory on the right side, I believe the left side as well, just to keep you honest, up the middle. And then late in the hole, you have this out-of-bounds green and out-of-bounds cart path just beyond the basket. It's up top on the mound. Even a rollaway could find its way OB here, so very important to putt confidently and get those approaches close.
And Simon's just got this thing bent perfectly down the middle. Do you feel like Jomez just boosted up the color intensity levels on these flyovers, or is that what it actually looks like when it's not raining outside?
It could be one or both.
Yeah. Wait, so we're definitely boosting up the color intensity. Is that what you're saying?
That is not my department.
Okay, all right. Because it's just so vivid and nice shot from Isaac. But that's what you get when you come out here at Glendoveer. It's just such a beautiful golf course. This one's low, but it's going to make that initial gap, which it's going to be shorter than Garrett would like, but past that initial grouping of trees means he'll have some kind of look. That was an interesting line from Joel, but working out very well.
Yeah, kind of wide, pure turnover the whole way. At only 710, these guys definitely have manageable distance in, as you see Garrett going basically spike hyzer, but unfortunately that finds the golf green a little too high there. And man, it really is starting to rain. You could really see it there as he threw that up high.
Joel.
Ooh, boy.
Flex gap. Nice gap hit. That's going to be a little wider than he would like, I suppose, but
Yeah.
It's rolling into the circle's edge.
I was worried it was a slow disc, so it worked, but I was worried that thing was headed long left.
And already a quick player. Isaac wastes no time on his lie to get up there quick and make sure the disc is dry. It crosses and unfortunately crosses back.
Wait, where are you going, spotter? He looked like he was running the other way. That looked pretty clearly like it crossed that front side. Don't you agree?
I think maybe he was running to a spot where Isaac could see him.
Maybe so.
Maybe that was the case. I don't know. But yes, I think the group should know that he did cross.
I don't really care regardless. Just want to make sure I'm playing it right. It looks like it should, but... 2 feet. All right, cool. That good? Yeah, I'm good. All right.
Garrett with no effort given to the very dangerous elevated basket on the mound. Going to take the bogey, walk away. Isaac, however, going to give it a run, but going to come up short. And just like that, Simon, an opportunity to make it 6, and he does. His putt is just on fire right now. And still just not really ever putting himself in any danger. I can't remember. Was he ever in any danger in round 2?
I mean, I can't remember specifically. Nothing brutal, I don't think, but he's been able to get out of any jam he's put himself in
right.
to this point. I mean, and now with opening up a 4-shot lead, I mean, it's early still. You know, a lot of golf left to play, but if that's how it's going to go, where he's getting the only birdie like he did on that hole, that's not a particularly difficult hole.
Right.
If he can grow this thing to 5, 6 shots, it's almost time where you can start to sort of make some strategy decisions based on a lead of that size. As we get under 27 holes left in this tournament, we'll have to see how Simon can manage. I think he's still foot all the way down right now. There isn't that much on this course that's super treacherous for a big number. I think hole 18 certainly is one you'd have to think about. This is huge, though.
Simon.
Perfect gap, way up there, and now he's going to be able to go big down the hill. I mean, he could certainly reach the green in 2.
Joel, that kicks way right, and there are pockets that he can access a big shot. There is just one mandatory that's way down the fairway that he's going to have to make sure he hyzers before that, but
I mean, is birdie possible?
I don't think birdie's possible. 1,145 feet, as you saw that flyover. This is just a beautiful hole. Garrett going big turnover, and I love it.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be free to fire from there.
And Joel still has low ceiling to contend with. This is really close to being great, but well, it's not great.
Yeah. Oh, no.
That's the thing about those Dougie fur balls. If you miss your line, you know right out of your hand. That's
yeah.
That's going to hit that sucker.
Garrett gets some drift on this thing.
Start turning right.
Can he get to the bottom of the hill?
Almost.
Yeah, that was big. He should have 200 or less to the basket.
Simon's got green light go as well. Can he get this thing to turn over right at all? Just flip up flat. But that's enough for Simon to get plenty of distance.
Wow. Oh, did it get stopped? Yes, just barely at the end, but that is even farther down.
He's got a jump putt.
Yeah.
He's got a jump putt in for Eagle to go 7 down in the last 6 or 6 down through 6, the last 6. And Isaac's going to have some work in front of him to try to save the par now.
Just hasn't really been able to get significant distance with any of his first 3 shots. And Joel leaves this low.
It'll also be a little bit of a scramble coming up for Joel.
Wants this to keep turning, but it isn't doing it. That is pretty deep into circle 2. But he has shown himself to be really dangerous from that range. Nearly.
Yes. Very nicely done. But yeah, I thought that was heading into a collision with one of those big trees in the way. Garrett going with the AVR X3 approach, and very nice back to the basket approach shot thrown there.
Simon for the Eagle 3. I think birdie will be just enough.
Yeah,
I think he's not too interested. He knows. I think, that's almost even starting to show you the comfort that he's feeling.
Right. Yeah, 2 guys looking at, well, one of them's looking at a bogey. Garrett, the only other player on the card who can get a birdie, and he does. And that's just to stay within 4.
I mean, and that's only for the moment because Simon is locked to go to 27.
Correct.
It's a good par save from Joel after the early tree hit.
It's looking really easy right now. And it's just not easy. It's just not easy, Nate.
Hole 12, par 3, 370. Mandatory there on the right side, forcing you up the middle. And then the basket is just far enough beyond these two big trees that if you hit them, you're probably looking at 40 feet after you bounce backwards. So hitting that last gap or going around the gap entirely, that is key to getting that easy birdie putt. This blows up a tree early, but does it still have the energy to flip?
I don't think it will. Simon will have that one to keep this long birdie streak alive, and I think it's probably coming to an end here, but I have to give a quick shout out to Drew Gibson, the only eagle in the field on the prior hole.
Wow.
Making one from 68 feet just outside circle 2. Garrett splitting the trees, circling out to 33 feet. That's how you do it.
Oh no. He also makes contact, but that tree is not really hurting him too bad. They're going through leaves mostly. Oh, this might take a little trip back down the hill though.
Just a bit.
And here we see an air shot. Looks great.
Isaac isn't for the games. He's not for the rollers. He's not for the fancy little forehand flare shots. He's just about, let me get this package to your front door.
Yeah, I mean, he's not DHL, you know.
No, he's not fancy DHL. DHL's everywhere.
I don't really know what a fancy delivery service would be. I don't think it's DHL. I'm not sure.
Well, it's certainly not UPS. I mean, that's what can Brown do for you, and he's not interested in that either. Garrett for birdie. Yes. I'm telling you, man, Garrett came with the putter in the bag this week.
Yeah, he said he's been putting extra time in. It's showing clearly.
Boom. Birdie, birdie. And a very important time when Simon finally gives a little bit back. You got to take advantage. Isaac and Garrett making nice birdie putts from just outside the circle. So now Garrett does jump into solo second place again. And then Joel have been flip-flopping all around for that.
Hole 13 is a long par 3 at 455 feet, perhaps even slightly uphill, and it's very well guarded as well. These guys are going to look to go backhand with a little bit of turn and just try to find this gap the drone is in right now. I think the best play is to hit that wide gap, come up about 15 or 20 feet short if you can. If you try to push it longer than that, likely to be stopped by a tree.
Whoa.
Really?
Surprise for me to see this play.
With all the power. Well, why not? Oh my gosh. He's right up to the edge of the circle. Cool.
That is very cool. If you had told me second easiest hole in the course, I'd have said absolutely no way.
No way, really?
Second easiest on the entire day. And I think it's just because it doesn't have the bogey factor to it.
Yeah, I guess so.
But over a quarter of the field was taking twos on this one.
That's amazing. It's so far.
And the trees that are guardians, as Simon turns this one way over, are so far away. They're outside circle 2.
Yeah.
So if you hit these trees and they're all the way spread left to right, you're most likely not making that putt. So a lot of players throwing good shots and getting good breaks or making a bunch of long putts. Joel throwing a good shot, getting through the trees. Maybe he can make a long putt. Simon safely nestles that under the basket, and Isaac doesn't take much time to make that one. He never takes much time.
Fantastic.
Our camera guys didn't even catch up to it. I love it. Our Jomez replay wasn't even in place yet to capture that. They're normally pretty good about that. And Joel makes this one. I think we'll get to see what a normal Jomez looks like. Yeah. See there, he had time to get there in place in time.
Yeah.
And Joel knew that one was in.
Ooh, just barely on that left side. Link or two of chain, got it sideways and down.
Can Garrett make it 3 on this card? Almost.
Oh, man.
I guess that's why 28% of the field was birding it, Nate.
That is really impressive still.
I'm going to run down this list of distances real quick made on this hole. 60, 60, 60, 60, 75, 49, 60, 60, 49, 49. And obviously, there's other ones in there, but a lot of circle 2,
Yeah.
which is what you expect with those guardian trees all the way around there. I figured we'd see a lot, but that was even more than I even expected.
Wow. And look at this hole. What a beautiful shot that is of all the big trees they have at this course. You're reading that right. 845-foot par 4 with an obstructed drive. I mean, you've got to go through a pretty scary gap right here at that kind of power level. And then you've got OB on both sides. This looks great, though.
Yeah.
Drifting it right a long way. He's going to be in a perfect position to attack.
That was huge.
A little bit less turn on this one.
It's still turning. It's absolutely huge.
Yeah, it is.
But, yikes. Okay, he's going to be tucked. The hyzer is accessible, but it's going to be tough.
And this is the safer line.
Little heavy on the cut angle. On the turnover angle, I should say. It's going to leave Garrett a long approach. And Simon is also going to go the safe high, wide turnover. Huge. Blasted. And that's somebody who's has a lot of distance experience in the desert. Knows how to get that disc high with the nose down, turned over. Beautiful distance line.
Ooh, Garrett with a bit of an awkward fall.
I don't know if you saw the little athletic maneuver he did afterwards, the kind of roll.
Yeah.
It's a little bit of that gymnastic training that he had as a kid, I think. I'm just assuming.
I'm with you.
These approaches are probably in the 430 range, maybe 450 for Isaac. Something similar to that for Joel.
Joel's got tough footing here.
And look at that delivery. Hand as close to his body as possible, keeping this thing wide. If he gets a good skip and misses the trees, he's parked.
Wow.
That is a fantastic shot from Joel. With a Firebird?
He's got to be.
Dude, he is putting some spin on that disc.
Yeah.
My goodness, that was incredible. And Simon, just a chip hyzer from up here.
But there's still a lot of trees here to block him. Can he get through? Oh, easily.
Easily. And I say chip hyzer because for a lot of players who don't get that big distance off the tee, that sand trap is big time in the way. And it becomes a part of your decision making as Garrett goes just long on this approach, whether or not you want to go for that big distance. And if you do, you might turn it over and go into that sand trap. If you get as far as Simon did, you're not worried about anything other than, can I get past that last group of trees?
Oh, another close one from Isaac. Off the chains left for his birdie.
He doesn't airball much, Isaac.
No.
There isn't a stat for that yet, but drawing metal from all ranges is certainly a stat I would be interested in. What a birdie as he hammers that putt in. What a birdie for Joel. And that's going to keep him 4 back And now he's flip-flop Garrett once again. He is back in solo second place.
Hole 15, par 3, 335 feet. This one obviously has a straight gap available right up the middle. I think there's a flex backhand line out to the right as well, but I think the most common line is going to be the flex forehand for people who've got that play. All that long rough on the left is out of bounds though.
Joel, oh wow, heavy on the Anheuser angle and kind of fortunate to hit a tree.
Yeah, I think you're right.
That could have potentially, if that missed all of the trees, that's heading right towards that out of bounds area that you just mentioned.
Ooh, and we're gonna see a difficult approach. He's still probably got 275.
And that's the first real bit of trouble Simon's been in all day, which is just incredible to think about as Isaac just throws a
sit. Yes, it does.
Beautiful drive. Just going down the middle line. That's a Georgia disc golfer for you. And not surprised to see Garrett go down the middle with the rock. That's Florida for you. Not interested in those fancy little flaring sidearms. What a shot.
Yeah, great recovery into circle one. That could have easily
What a shot.
turned into a bogey and still could, but I think we trust him to make that putt the way he's been playing so far.
Oh, heavy on the hyzer for Joel, and that's going to come up well short. Opportunity to save. And left side. We've seen him make a couple of those low left. That one does not fall. And Garrett, once again, an opportunity. Yeah, the flip-flop continues. As Garrett moves to 24, he's going to at least be a maximum of 4 shots back of Simon as he has a par putt coming. Isaac with a nice birdie. Simon with just a little semi-straddle out to the side, and it's just no problem. He's in a groove. You can tell he's not thinking about it. He's not stressing over it. It's just natural. And obviously that's the place we all aspire to get to. It's just not something you can capture in a bottle. It's just sometimes it's in the air, and you just try to absorb it in those moments and try to hold on to it for as long as you can.
Yeah, hang on for the ride if you can, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a trophy waiting at the end.
That's right. That's how you capture it.
For sure.
That's how you bottle it up.
Hole 16, par 3, 410 feet, low ceiling with a tight gap to start. There's backhand roller play for sure around the outside.
And this is nice for the ceiling, but I don't think it's, well, yeah, it's going to be C2, maybe even outside C2. Garrett with the Halo Destroyer is going to go for the big hyzer play. I like this. This has enough width, and it's going to have a good skip angle.
Oh, yeah.
And just sit down. My goodness.
Wow, just a running past.
Can't imagine being 40 feet left going that far right.
That must have gotten 80 feet of skip. That looked, I thought it was going to stop about 15 feet past the basket.
Wow.
Just kept cruising. Great
going,
power, a blessing and a curse, perhaps.
Going the roller play inside, though, not going all the way wide. And look at that.
It is going to take something special to beat this guy.
No doubt. And we got a P1X, a putter roller coming up here for Joel.
That is ambitious, man. I mean, I'm not going to say it's impossible. He could definitely do it. I'm guessing he did it in practice, but it is pouring rain right now.
Yeah, those blunt edge putters don't really like to roll well in the slow condition, and Joel's in danger of back-to-back bogeys.
And not the holes you would expect them on. Not that you would ever really expect them for Joel Freeman.
And laughing as it comes out of the hand, this back nine is not the way we saw that front nine start. I mean, he came out firing as Garrett's birdie putt comes up a bit right. And Simon's going to be making up a stroke on the card and 2 on Joel as he's still yet to putt out his beautiful roller. Still. My goodness.
Yeah. And what is this going to take, Simon, to bogey-free 9 for the day? 10?
10, because he started off at 19.
He's killing it.
What's at stake here is Dustin and I's doubles round, where we shot 9 under.
Yeah,
He's
you're
beating
in
us
real
right
trouble,
now.
and we played in good weather. I'm sorry to tell you.
The crowd was so spectacular today. Just the energy from you all was just amazing. I love you, Oregon!
I'm not to be underestimated. Like, I'm really not. I've got something to prove. I'm literally going to be one of the best in the world. It's as simple as that. Don't underestimate me. That was rad.
Looking at the fairway of hole 17, par 4, 830 feet with OB on both sides and eventually wrapping around the pin as well. You'd like to go big roller or turnover into this area to set up a forehand potentially into the basket. It's a really tough hole because there's just so many trees late, so many gaps to hit. This is one of those ones where if you hit early on the second shot, the approach is just really difficult. So many trees waiting for you.
Simon going just turnover. I thought at first he was going roller, and then, yeah, that's just a big, big shot. That's what you want off the tee. 30 to 40 feet, maybe even more past that grouping is ideal. A little heavy on the turn, not as high as he'd like, but I think he might have a pretty open to throw second. Garrett, a similar line to Isaac's, but just about 30 feet more power.
It might finally be getting a little too rainy for rollers, because I would have expected at least one.
And Joel with a nice drive right up there with Simon's. Let's see what Isaac's got from back here as he's going from out in the open into the scatter plot.
Here's the
Oh,
roller.
wow.
That's not how you'd expect it to be done.
Wait,
but
hold on a second. That's DHL. That's fancy stuff. That was incredible.
that is very, very fancy. You're right. That was I would not have expected a roller second. I mean, the ceiling, it's great for the ceiling, but as far as out of bounds is concerned, you got to be precise, and precise he was.
That was great. As Garrett comes up a bit short, could have taken a little note with the roller second shot.
Forehand.
Yeah. It's just it's just gonna hit a tree. I mean, that's just what's gonna happen. Look what you got. Yeah.
And he'll have some work left from there, I believe. Not too bad, actually.
No.
A little more open than the left side.
Oh, a bit of an errant approach.
Definitely.
Simon was in best position off the tee, and now he's got to make one from C2 to save the par. And once again, he was in some real danger on the tee on 15, but after that approach, it was like, okay, he's definitely going to get a par. Now he's in danger for the first time on the green.
Nice, good run.
I think that was sarcasm from Joel. I don't think that he meant that.
Hard disagree. No. Oh, no. Close. But the bogey-free round officially gone.
Bogey-free 10 through 16 is extraordinary in this ring.
Yeah, in the sun, it doesn't. Yeah, but absolutely. I mean,
wow. But that's still one bogey 9 under through 17 is extraordinary. And Isaac, don't look now. He is just putting together a solid little round. A few misses there, back-to-back bogeys, 10 and 11. But since then, 4th to the last 6, making some good putts, throwing some great drives, getting himself right back into the competition.
1 hole to go, 18, par 5, 1,000 feet. And I think the most potential for a big number on this entire course because it has so much out of bounds. 2 mandatories on those late trees force you to play down this route that they're showing you. You cannot go around the right side of the trees from the perspective of the tee pad. You've got to come down along this OB line, and then you've got the elevated basket late. Most players, I think, are going to go, it's a decision. I mean, this is looking pretty big. He's looking like he wants to get over the water.
Too high. I thought, yeah, this is coming up short. You have to keep your drive low to get across this water unless you just have a ton of power.
You got to go 380 or dial it up all the way to 480.
489 is what I lasered to the back edge of that black piece that's on the back side of the OB. So yeah, you're looking at 495 to be safe.
Yeah.
Unless you come up with the hyzer play and just go way left.
But there's OB over there as well.
You don't really want to do that. You just want to go as far straight as you possibly can.
Wow.
Joel's got the distance, but this actually needs to stop turning over. Otherwise, he might be in danger of missing the mandatory.
Oh, I think, he might be.
Or out of bounds.
I mean, it's certainly out of bounds. It may have missed the mandatory. This is
similar, or
it's starting to go.
Okay, yeah, that's coming back.
But it's probably pinched pretty bad.
Yep. Isaac in damage control mode here. He's going to need 2 fantastic throws to have any chance of saving the par. He's going to have probably in the 350 range.
I think that might have been a good tree.
Yeah.
Keep him out from behind that second mandatory.
Joel, so he's gone really far back after going out of bounds to give himself a better angle.
Yes.
And he's done pretty well with that shot there to get around the corner and put himself in a position where he can save the birdie. Or the par, excuse me.
Yeah, probably a pretty smart play to take that relief that he's given after the out-of-bounds drive.
Simon with enough room to go big, and he hits the first tree, and this is just so far out of bounds. So an opportunity for Simon to make up some ground on this card with 2 out-of-bounds strokes, and Garrett really far back. But now he's out of bounds, and Garrett is looking like he has thrown an absolute gem.
Wow.
Wow.
Beautiful shot.
The best word to describe it. It's just... Garrett Gurthie is a wow factor. Simon looking pretty good there.
Yeah, good recovery. Chance to save bogey. Or no, save par.
Save par. Yeah. What a shot from Isaac. What an incredible last few holes, and to save the par after the early OB, that is great stuff. Joel, don't, if this goes out of bounds, it doesn't, but it means that he's going to have to throw this in to save the par. And it's not easy to do with this low ceiling, but he tries to give it a bit of a run with a nose-up throw. Joel with a tough back nine.
Simon for par. And it's going to be back-to-back bogeys to finish for him.
He proves that he's human twice in a row now.
And Garrett with a birdie closing down 2 shots.
He's within 3.
Well, he's about to be closer.
Oh, that's right. Simon's score hasn't updated again, so he's going to be within 2.
Big swing.
Huge opportunity for Garrett. He takes advantage of it, and Simon back-to-back putts, chaining out on the right side. Great looks, but my goodness, we are going to have a tight battle going into the final round, and it's going to be exciting to watch.
Wow. Big time birdie for Garrett with Simon and Joel both struggling there. He comes through 25 under.
And look who's joining the lead card, folks. P. McBee with that fire emoji. Gannon Burr also shooting 9 under, tying Dustin and I's doubles around in the rain. Kind of hate you for that, but at the same time, I love you.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in and watching our coverage from the Portland Open. We have 1 round to go, one more time around Glendoveer, probably in the rain again, with $10,000 going to the winner.
Whoa.
One of the biggest payouts in Elite Series history.
Whoa.
It is going to be fireworks tomorrow. Tune in and check out the final round action from Portland. Thank you, and we will see you there.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, y'all. We'll see you tomorrow.